So do you remember the year 2000, Y2K?
Yeah.
What did you do that year?
You're so darn cute. When anyone watches these videos, I know they're not looking at me.
Whatever. What'd you do in the year 2000? What'd you do in the
I
year?
was 24 years old.
Well, that was
and
gonna
it
be my
was
next
a
question.
super uneventful New Year's.
You weren't like out drinking?
Did not go party. I think I was afraid of I never go out on that night just because I'm afraid people are going to be crazy. So I like to stay away from crazy. What did you do? How old were you?
I was 16.
I was legally drinking that night. I don't know about you.
I don't think I drank that night. I had some friends over to my house. We were at my parents' house, and we were like all ready and waiting to see if the world was going to end.
Oh, yeah. So now it's 2020
20 years
coming
later.
up. And I think I feel better about the excitement of 2020 than I did about the year 2000.
I think you need to come in a little bit. I feel like there you go. Snuggle up. Okay, so you're excited about 2020. Do you know how
Yeah.
long it took me to realize that it was like 2020 vision?
I know. We had a
I
friend.
was like, no way.
Yeah. It makes for a good.
It's a good year to plan. It's a good year to set your intentions, not only for the year, but also for the decade. Another decade.
Yeah, and I think there is a little bit different feeling when you're changing decades, and it's kind of like this fresh start. And there's just a lot of things that seem to be coming into alignment for 2020, and I think
All those
bunch of
planet
people.
things.
Yeah, but a bunch of people we know just really feel it, and I think that there's just so many people we know who are going to have massive years in 2020.
So how do we do that? Do we wait until January 1st and set a New Year's resolution to change 12 things for our diet?
No, New Year's resolutions, as we all know, just don't cut it. And so we have to think differently. And we did something super exciting just a week ago.
Still can't believe that was only a week ago.
So that's a month and a half ahead of the new year. And what did we do? I mean, we went on a retreat, the two of us, but with no one else, just us.
We set a retreat for ourselves, and we literally locked ourselves in a hotel room almost for a day and a half straight. We did go out and eat food.
We had one dinner, yeah.
But we just did a ton of planning and vision casting and breaking it down so that we are ready to rock and roll for 2020, and really started implementing a ton of stuff in this week, already. And there were a lot of people that reached out to us and were like, what are those documents you use? Can I have them? And so we wanted to share with you kind of the steps and how we think is most effective to shift your life, change your habits, change how you feel in different areas of your life for 2020. So there's 4 main steps. The first one is really assessing, where are you in your life? What are those, Peter Kelly referred to it as a kink in your hose. What are the areas of your life that are causing the most stress and tension in your life that you want to shift and change? So really looking at all those areas of your life and breaking it down.
It's also identifying what are the most important areas of your life. What are the things that are most important to you so that we can actually look at them and put some focus around them.
Yeah, so that's step 1. What is step 2?
Step 2 is dream and set intentions. So this is where you take a little time and you start to speak forward into how you want to feel in those specific areas of your life, and what are the things that you really want to set the intention of, to get to that feeling. So it's really about dreaming on the bigger level, the bigger picture, and how you would in an ideal life want it to look and feel.
When I was at Rise Business, Rachel Hollis said, dream big with a healthy dose of reality. So if you have a financial goal for 2020, let's say you're making $50,000 this year, maybe don't set a goal or intention for 2020 of making $1 million. Bravo, I'm sure you can do it at some point, but maybe 250,000 would be a really significant, huge goal to run after. So just be realistic. That goes for health and wellness goals too. Don't set a goal that you want to lose 100 pounds in the first 2 months. It's really, you want to dream big about how you want to feel and what you want to accomplish, but be realistic at the same time.
And if you're doing this as a couple, it's really important to voice those to each other so that you just kind of know where the other one stands. And it may be a surprise to you that your partner is feeling a huge amount of stress in health and wellness and you didn't even know. So it's important to like just get all that out, and then you really start to identify, okay, these are the areas I'm feeling pretty good in. These are the two or three that I really want to make some significant changes in the coming year. Let's talk about it.
So you dream big, which Brian, our ideator, loves doing, but you can't just do that, right? That's what happened to us last year. We had this dream of having a podcast, and then we didn't actually do it, which, for the record, maybe my post was confusing, but we're not actually launching a podcast. So
Right.
sorry to disappoint you. But you can keep watching us on this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So after you've had the dream, step 3 is breaking it down. So you have to come up with bigger goals, like quarterly goals, and then what do you need to do between now and then? How can you actually make those goals a reality? So really breaking it down step by step and knowing when you want to have them done. You can't just dream, you have to have a plan.
Yeah, and when we talked about this, we talked about on the micro level of what are the things you want to do daily, weekly, to get you into that mode of feeling better about that area of the life, and then what are some of the big things that you want to have happen throughout the year to get you to that kind of end state that we dreamed about. And then literally like broke down, okay, I want this to happen in quarter 1. I want this to happen in quarter 2. And then writing it down. Huge benefit when you start seeing how bite-sized pieces can lead you to that big thing that you first set out for. That's the thing with New Year's resolutions. We set out this big idea and then give ourselves like no way of accomplishing it. So this is a huge factor, a huge step in making this vision come true.
So then step number 4 is equally as important as breaking it down, and that's
Probably more so.
And that's the accountability. And I think this is where so many people fall flat with not even just New Year's resolutions, but just goals. Like, it's human nature to let yourself off the hook. And it's also human nature to let your partner, your spouse, off the hook. So you have to have accountability in place to make these goals and all these action steps happen. So not only do we have accountability within our family unit, so we have weekly meetings both for our life, running our household, and also for our business, but then we also literally have a tribe of people supporting us and that know what our goals and dreams are for 2020. We each have our own coaches. We have coaches together. Like we have systems in place so people know where we want to go. So when we hit roadblocks, limiting beliefs, all those things, they can say, hey, this is where you're going and what you want to do, and we know you can do it. They hold us accountable, and they pour that belief into us.
And then the other thing is revisiting it often, meaning every week. So what we've done is in our weekly planning meeting that we would normally do every week, where we plan out, okay, the girls have swimming today, we're going to have spaghetti this night, like all that stuff. In that planning meeting, we also we go back to the things that we said in this planning meeting of the things we want to feel, the things we want, the areas that we want to focus on. We actually build that into the agenda of our weekly meetings so that we're reminded weekly, so that we never lose sight of it. And we're always bringing it up to each other. And we're not holding each other accountable in a way of like penalizing. It's more of just reminding, like, this is what we actually said. Like, let's not lose sight of that, and let's not forget.
And revisiting every week helps you realize when you need to make pivots too. Like maybe something's not working and you need to adjust. Or like if you keep setting this intention each week and it's not happening, what is preventing you? Or is that even the right step? Do you need to go a different direction in order to accomplish your goal? So
yeah, maybe that goal of becoming an Ironman triathlete just is not, you're not really feeling it anymore. It's okay to let go of things and pivot.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that our weekly agenda would be another great tool to share at some point. We should do that. Would you guys like that? But we do have a tool that we're super excited to share with you later this week. So we had lots of people ask us for the documents that we created for our retreat. So we will be providing those for you on Sunday, which is December 1st. And we're just super excited about giving you guys this tool that you can really dive into during the month of December so that you can hit the ground running for a new year and a new decade. While we realize a retreat may not be possible in the month of December, I realize how busy it gets, but maybe you and your partner, even just you yourself, can carve out, either a really big, not a really big, like 3 to 4 hours to do this planning, or a couple 2-hour chunks to really set yourself up for 2020 and go find lots of accountability partners.
Guys, we did this 1 week ago, and just tonight we were looking at each other like, I cannot believe how different we feel, and I can't believe that was only a week ago. The amount of changes we've already made in our life that feel so good to us and so aligned because of those conversations we had we're like on this fast pace to hit the new year feeling really good about what we're doing and the direction we're going because of this planning.
Yeah, so we're super excited to share it with you and have you guys implement it too, and let us know what your goals are for 2020.
Yeah.
2020 vision.